What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. What episode is this?
No idea, because I feel we just recorded 54, 55?
66.
Hey, 66.
This is
people.
order 66.
Order 66. There we go. All right. Big shout out to
Enrique,
everybody. Enrique, say what's up.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Enrique.
Hi.
Super Producer Stevens.
Hello.
And remember, my name is Ivan. What's up, everybody, guys? Welcome another week. Sorry about the technical difficulties again. Hopefully this week everything goes as smoothly as possible. It took us here to fuck up.
Stupid internet.
Yeah, it took us here to fuck up. Again, and a big shout out again to Brad. Thanks so much for joining us. We will have to invite you back when we check out Hard Target, a John Woo and Jean-Claude Van Damme crossover. So we're kind of excited about that.
Do you feel like he legit thinks he's Jean-Claude Van Damme's like son?
I feel a little bit. It'd be kind of weird if my mom called anybody, what is it, Sweet Cheeks or what was it? Buns of Steel. Buns of Steel. Yeah. That would be a little weird too. But my mom's biggest crush was the lead singer from Bronco. That's who she had a man crush. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That motherfucker looks like a Native American, but I'm like, oh, I get it. My mom's like,
Is it a man crush if it's
a woman crush? Sorry. Her biggest woman crush.
What?
Oh, no, it'd be a man crush, right?
It's a man
It'll
crush,
just be a
bro.
crush, no?
Her biggest crush was the lead singer from Bronco.
Listen, guys, it's 2020. People are gender fluid, and we're not trying to put whole
We have man
box.
crushes, right?
Yeah, mine's Enrique Iglesias.
Is it? What is yours? Now
Who's your man crush?
that we're in it, let's finish it.
Why you get so strange? Why does this make you feel so uncomfortable? I can say it. It's Enrique Iglesias, baby. All day, every day. More, no more. I got it. What you got?
Well, it's obviously Frank Oz, Yoda. That's sexy bald head.
That's not a man.
Yeah, it's not a man.
How dare you?
Again, it's 2022. We're not
2022, buddy? Why are you trying to pigeonhole me into some sort of
We can't be
Edward
ageist
Norton
either. We can't be
relationship?
ageist either, guys.
All right, think about it. Enrique, who's your man crush?
Oh, I have so many. Let me think.
If anything, it's interspecies erotica.
Who is your pick one?
I would say Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Interesting. Okay. Stevens?
Oh, I have so many too, but I'm gonna go Colin Farrell because people.
Not your man crush or woman crush, Stevens.
Oh,
Fucking man crush. We'd be here all day if we did that.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot.
You gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one.
Bark, I'm coming back to you. Be ready.
I guess. Oh well.
David Beckham. Let's just
That's your number two? Okay.
Emma Stone's cute.
Really?
Yeah, I like Emma Stone.
That's easy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Bark.
I was trying to stay recent. Like.
That's how recent she is.
That was your recent pick?
Don't judge her.
She's a Dua Lipa.
She's on Eve. I'm gonna go
Recent but not creepy. I'm trying to. I have made fun of Dua Lipa, I believe, on this podcast. So
Have you?
not gonna. Yeah.
What'd you make fun of Dua Lipa for?
Because that girl, I feel bad for her. Because
Why?
Why? Because she's full of money? You're like, that
you don't
money
think-
she has.
it's her walking and dancing.
And dancing, yeah, that's right. I remember. She doesn't like. She's not a fan of her dancing.
She's not a fan of ladies dancing.
Oh, I make fun of somebody's running. Y'all shit on me, but Steven's going here fuck up
I
people's
said
dancing,
dancing.
bro.
Oh, I think you guys gave me shit. It's fine.
Did we? I don't remember that. All right, Marco, who's your man crush?
Moon Knight.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one.
That's true. Oscar
I can
Isaac.
see that, man. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you guys know who your parents' crush was? Like, I just know that. I just know that
These
my
are
mom loves that guy from
conversations. I rarely had any deep conversations with my parents to this day, so that would
Brooklyn.
not
Was
be.
it really deep though, Enrique? Like I could just tell every time he came on TV, she'd be like, "Ay, Dios mío!" Like every time she did that, so I was like, "Oh, I picked it up."
No, I don't.
You have no idea. Do you, by any chance? Just
I'm
wondering.
trying to think like if my mom or my dad, either one,
Is it
were like,
sexual being?
we got to watch this. No, not that. I know very much they were. But,
Oh God!
but I don't know.
Can't move back. I can't move back.
Like I don't remember being at Blockbuster on a Friday. I don't remember them going, "Ooh, he's hot. Let's get that movie." You know, I don't remember that
Give me
kind
that
of
Clint
thing.
Eastwood movie. 'Cause
My
I'm about to
dad-
flip the bean.
Wow. See, I don't know.
My dad. I know my dad's.
Who's your dad?
Not man crush though, but
Crush.
yeah. Sofia Vergara.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, he actually. No, you know what? I won't say it.
In case your dad or your mom's listening to this
He had
podcast.
cutouts from David.
he had I would never see stuff like this ever, so I wouldn't know. But I just remember he did have a calendar of all Sofia Vergara's in his garage.
What are you gonna Sofia Vergara calendar?
What? Okay, did Sophia? And I'm asking this: Did she have a novela career before she got over to like Modern Family and doing like
No.
American TV? That's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, your dad. Where did your dad pick up this?
She was like a hot girl, and she was like an Olivia Munn to someone else.
Got you. To another show or another something or whatever. Okay, do you know your parents' crushes by any chance?
I think so.
You like each other because they loved each other so goddamn much.
Yes, my mom's crush was my dad.
I love it. Oh, that is awesome. Hey, Enrique and I were talking the other day, and Stevens, you kind of had talked about this earlier too, but I'm really, 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 really enjoying Miss Marvel. It's really cool. Abarca, have you seen any of it?
I haven't seen the last one.
Okay. That's where I'm at too. But it's fun. I like how they went, like, it's a younger show. It feels like a younger show.
Not to most of America, apparently.
It's so cool, man. It's so freaking cool. Is it getting hated on too? I'm not on the internet, guys.
Ivan.
I know, but like, what
Ivan.
are you gonna
Hold on. But hold on. Just think about everything that's going on. Are you really surprised that the vast majority of this country is not liking this show?
I'm surprised.
Don't act surprised. It shouldn't be surprising.
This is what I'm surprised about. Let me tell you. There's so much to watch that who gives a shit if you don't like it is what I'm surprised about.
Because they got to put it out there that this is not America. This does not represent what.
But it does. That's what's crazy. That's what makes this country
online.
amazing.
They have their voice online, and they have to express things they dislike for whatever reason. They don't love things. They hate things.
It sounds like we need to get big enough where people are fucking hating on us, and we know we made it. We know we made it.
I just wish we had
That would be the
comments.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. Bring all the hate, motherfuckers.
Even the bad ones?
Just one comment.
Here you go. Fuck yeah, I'll take good or bad. I fucking love Miss Marvel. If you don't, eat a dick. That's from Roscoe. Shoot them all to me. 'Cause I don't
It's
see
a
them in
great
this.
show. It's
is.
It's great.
I was
It's
talking to
really
Ivan.
cool.
We're talking on the way to a game, and I was telling him.
Hold on a second before you continue. The game where LAFC beat the Galaxy in a soccer game, and it was amazing. Okay, just want to make sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Where I was stressing the whole time.
Send those over too, dog.
But I was telling him I love. It's such a. It's shot so differently, right? We don't see this type
It's
of.
very comic booky.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when it's called Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
Yeah, it is very much like
there
that.
you called it.
It is
I don't know
very
if you've
much
seen
like
it. I think we talked about this, but it's very Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have seen that,
yeah.
and it is just like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's colorful. It's fun.
What? Whoa. Whoa. It's colorful? Colorful?
Yeah.
Dark.
Greens, golds, yellows,
Yeah.
blues.
I love the intro for the first show where it's like that paper, like she's making her web series or whatever. Like even that little thing when they're on their bikes and like all this, like, what are you going to make your costume and all this stuff is jumping out of the buildings. I think it's super cool. I like her using her powers. I love that I'm watching it with my daughter, and it's like really, really cool. Like I waited, and it's been awesome watching it with her. It's just fun. The family dynamics are badass.
Yep.
Like I had that conversation when she wants to go to Avenger Con, and the mom's like, no, and like the dad's like, we trust you, and the mom's like, no, the fuck we don't. I'm like, holy shit, those are my parents. Like, well, my dad wouldn't even have been there, but I mean, I would have been like, I don't trust your dumb ass. Like, no, like, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's really, really cool, you know, and even the way, even when she fucks up, because like the dad like turning into becoming the Hulk or what? Not turning into the Hulk, sorry, dressing up as the Hulk, and like how she kind of breaks his heart, you know, by being like, I don't want to go with you, or whatever. Like just so like that family dynamic on top of having to be a superhero is really, really cool.
When he was dressed like the Hulk, he reminded me of Tobias from The Never Nude from Arrested Development.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about when he blew himself.
He greened himself in this.
Gotta be a better way to say that. Yeah. That's a great. God, that show was amazing. But yeah,
That show is
I'm really, really enjoying it. I like it. It's really, really cool. So if you have a chance to check it out, again, there's so much good stuff out there, guys. But just make sure you get a chance. I don't know if anybody's been on this, but Umbrella Academy, new season, loving it, dude. Loving it.
I've heard it's good. I didn't even watch season 2. It got off my radar when I transitioned from cable to nothing, and I lost it, and I need to find it back because I've heard great things.
Well,
about
it was
this
never
season.
on cable, so
Oh,
Netflix.
Yeah, it was always Netflix.
was it?
Yeah.
Steve's don't even know what the fuck. Yeah,
Even
it was
the first season?
Yeah.
It's a Netflix
It's a
original.
Netflix original.
Oh.
Listen, it comes out
Well, I
of one
lost
box.
it somehow.
It all comes out of one box.
Smug motherfuckers over here. It was never on cable. You know what? I've
lost
got a
it
little
somehow.
box and I've got all the channels.
Dude, okay, so hold on.
I'm
Loving
just
it.
saying you can't get Netflix on cable.
You can't get Netflix on cable. I love it. Check it out. Go back. I thought season 2 was really good too. To be honest
Season
with you.
2
I liked
lost me a little
Really?
bit. I
Oh,
think is why I haven't been like, I need to finish or start the new season. Because I finished season 2, but I haven't started the new
It's
season.
wacky. But I like it.
Yeah, did it get super wacky second season, right? Did it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's I guess.
Because it seemed like the first season was more like what happened, like trying to figure out what happened, how they all became what they ended up.
Their
And
origin
that
story,
was
right?
a fun journey, it seemed like. And then the second season, it was like kind of depressing in a way because of one of the characters. I forget her name.
That whole thing with the
And
relationship.
it was pretty heavy, right?
Yeah.
It got pretty heavy, so maybe that's why.
But that's what I like about it. I think each character kind of balances each other out, and like where you get some of the heaviness with one character, you get this like ridiculousness with another, and then this, and it kind of goes back and forth, and it's just a good balance of a team. They're a shitty superhero team, but they're awesome at the same time. Have you read all of it?
Yes.
It's over, right? Or am I wrong? Or it just stopped?
It stopped.
Okay.
It's Gabriel Ba is the artist. Fucking I hate him because he's so good.
No, I was gonna say, wait, what? I thought you loved him. Yeah, but I see what you're
He's
saying.
very
okay.
minimalist. Like his artwork is amazing.
Mhm.
And
is
Gerard
very
Way from My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
He writes it, and it's It's X-Men if they were real and they live now, right? And so they have to face drug issues. They have to face racism and how like the one that in the second season there's one that jumps forward into the future.
Yes.
Well, in the book, because it's a book, right? He's always a little kid.
Yes.
So imagine stuck in that body. Now he's grown, so they're kind of adapting the story kind of around him, where he's lived a very long life, but he's still this young person.
He's the oldest one, right? Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in the
he's my favorite.
first season.
He's my favorite.
Dude, he was awesome.
Now, in the book, the third book is about a multi-dimensional hotel.
Yeah.
Is that what this one's about?
Yeah. They come back and there's a Sparrow Academy. So they're like, what the fuck? And then you find out that the old man.
It's basically a prison for all the villains in the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So I like it when there's a change. So we'll see.
How many books is there?
3. Well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
three miniseries.
Gotcha. So it'll be interesting to see if this continues after this or whatever. And I was telling Enrique, I think I like this more than The Boys because it doesn't just have to like hit me over the head with shit. Sometimes I feel like The Boys, I'm like, okay, fuck, all right, I get it. Like, like it's just sometimes I'm like, God damn, bro. Like it's a little much. Where this is just a little more. It's just fun, even though it is, and it's cool because I guess Elliot Page, her character in this series, in this season, is gonna go through a change also. So I'm like, that's kind of dope. They're just gonna go with it or whatever. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm enjoying it really, really so far. It's been really good. But Stevens, what the hell, bro? I watched the season finale of The Boys just to talk about it, and you're telling me you haven't even watched it? You gave me homework and I did it, Stevens, and you didn't do it? What the hell?
I gave you homework. I have just not watched this week's episode, so I'm one behind. But
Wow.
Is America hating this show? Again, guys, you're the ones that tell me what's hip with all the cool kids.
I haven't
Is
watched-
America hating this show? I would assume.
I don't think
I think they're barely realizing this show. This
It's making
this is
fun
making
of
fun
me.
of. This is making fun of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought that was evident from like the first episode. I was like, oh. Like this is getting very.
But people don't critically think about what they're watching. Many do, but most don't. They just watch. I don't think you draw parallels to your own life to what you're
But then-
watching a lot.
All the time.
Not
all
everybody.
the time. All the time.
Or is
I
it-
just like that motherfucker. I look like him too with my shirt off.
No, but is it one of those situations where they see it and because they see that it's making fun of them, they want to be in denial, so they just don't talk about
How do
it?
they say when it's making fun of them, Market? They're making fun of me.
They're making fun of me.
Sorry.
But so then they're in denial, so then they just don't want to mention it because then they're admitting that this is what's happening. That they're the villains. They're set to, you know what I mean?
I get you. It's the argument that I and the Italian stand-in always have. I always truly believe that there's a point in time, I don't care how shitty the person is, when you look yourself in the mirror, I have to believe this to like not jump off a building and slice my wrist on the way down. Like I have to believe that you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Where he says, nope, I don't think that happens. And that's fucking depressing to me because I'm like, God damn it. You can go through your whole life and not see it?
I think so. I think you should. People that are super
People
narcissistic.
don't know.
What? Damn, man, that sucks.
Because your viewpoint is different. Like you're watching your life through your eyes. It's
We're losing customers in Huntington Beach right now.
but for instance, like if your life is what it is, even though. It's like, what is it? I heard somebody say like, yeah, even though the world might end one day, if you keep talking about it all the time, you're still an asshole. Like if you just know that you're living around, you don't have anything, your life's shit, you're still going to blame it on something else?
I think that's the easier thing to do.
Damn, man, that's
because it's never your fault, right? There's no if there's no accountability ever, you were never that asshole.
Gotcha.
And you're like, it wasn't my fault I did all those drugs. It wasn't my fault for these things. And
it's always somebody else's.
It's somebody else's fault. And you know what? And there's people with, and that's not to belittle anybody that has drug issues or substance abuse.
We're fucking having a good time.
But it's easier to point fingers at somebody else than to reflect and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe there's a whole thing on Reddit that's like, am I the asshole? And people post their stories and they're like, nah, yeah, you're the asshole.
I think if you're on that,
no, I still think I was right.
But I think if you're even on that posting the story, you're the asshole. Like, that's like, if you're like, you should just automatically say that stuff. You know, and look, again, and you're right, man. We not belittling what anybody goes through. You know, we can only talk about our
everybody
own
has their own experiences. Yes. Everybody goes through their own shit, good and bad. And we're all different in that way. And so, you know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Some people have more self-awareness than others. That's just,
I think
we're
that's
all different.
Very true.
Man.
And some people don't. Or you're watching it. Or you're watching it and it is about you, but you're like, that's not about me. I didn't do that.
Or they don't.
I didn't do that. I was like, no, that's not me. I didn't like. They find reasons to not.
I didn't fly up to a plane and let the people die. I didn't do that, so that doesn't apply to me. You know, so they'll pick and choose, and then you know that's how they justify it.
Yeah.
So look, on a lighter note, we did go to a soccer game. Enrique and I did this weekend. Was that the game where LAFC beat Galaxy?
That was the one where they 3-2. Sure. They beat Carson.
Black and gold is, you know,
LA's black and gold.
Okay, so we were there, and tell me if this is shitty or not.
Because we just lost West Los Angeles, man. Come on.
No, we didn't.
We lost Carson.
We lost Carson, maybe, but we didn't lose Los Angeles, bro. But okay, so I guess people have been shitting on this, and I was like, well, I thought they were trying to help you out, but what they did, I didn't like it because it was an inconvenience to me. But what they did is they have a supporter section for the other teams, right? They do give them a chunk of the stadium, and those people were actually like let to go down, and they had all these rails and everything, so they were protected. But they weren't able to use the restrooms. They made them like a porta potty section with like hand washers and everything. Is that shitty? I'm like, bro, we're protecting you, dog. So you don't have to go.
Like, are they really worried about how people would be treated in the restrooms?
Well, I will tell you this. Because
if that's the case, then you shouldn't let them in the building. Like,
well, look, and we will admit this.
People get
There's
stupid
sauced. Fans on every side.
You can't trust them.
This is everything, and this is just no knock to any fan base, but every fan base has to
except
admit.
you, Boston.
Fuck Boston. We just lost Boston.
Philly, you're number 2.
But realistically, every fan base has those people. I mean, it is what it is, right? But like, was there people that for Galaxy fans that were in the rest? Yes, there was Galaxy fans everywhere, sprinkled about. But for their supporters section, they
like they're 32-52 or whatever.
Well, it's not that cool, but yeah,
it's not that cool.
But yes, those guys.
Okay.
Usually for games like these, Stevens, you may not be aware, but they'll sell a section. Usually it's the shittiest section in the stadium
where the sun hits all day
to the opposing fans, so they're all in that one section,
so they can be grouped together.
Yeah.
But anybody, you know, if another Galaxy fan is not with that group, because there's
anywhere,
they can buy a ticket anywhere, and so
it's just for their rowdy.
Yeah. And the ones that usually go to those sections are the ones that are like more committed and more like into it and rowdiest, and you know.
It was a really cool atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. Personally, to me, if you told me that was going to guarantee I didn't get my ass handed to me, I'm okay with that. I'll be honest with you. I fucking pissed in porta potties my whole goddamn life.
The dirty kind?
Or
were they like those nice ones that you see at
I hope
stuff
they pulled
now?
them from the fields directly into that shit.
So every time LAFC scored in that game, that section was throwing beer down at all the LAFC
Oh, is that
fans.
what was on the field? We watched a little bit of
No,
that.
they actually at the beginning, which again I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, these bastards, that's really kind of cool. They let go of confetti, right? And it did. It kind of laid out. And I'm like, I was like, that's cool, but I wasn't mad at that. And like when they scored, not even when the other team, when they scored, they started throwing beers down. Because I saw that and I'm like, dude, that's not cool, bro. Like, you know, so it's like the people down there don't need to get hit with beers, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. Right. So it's funny because I always try to tell my son, I'll go look, and I show him the videos. I go, look, Chicharito and Vela are laughing with each other. They're gonna go have dinner later tonight, bro.
Yeah.
And people are over here getting their ass handed to them, and it's stupid. Like, it makes no sense. Like,
When did Chicharito get old?
Bro,
The
the face, huh?
that 4K
Yeah.
does not do him any.
Chicharito?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
He looks
Because I was
old
like,
as shit
who's that
now,
old man
bro.
that looks like Chicharito? I
He
was like, oh, that's Chicharito.
Did you not watch the game?
We watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was stressful as fuck.
Oh my God.
Look, it was stressful as fuck. It was a good time.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you during the
Enrique
game?
does not enjoy any of this fucking these games. Like, he cannot handle any of it.
I turned to Ivan. I'm like, dude, I'm not having fun, bro. I'm like,
whatever. But even my son was like, dude, when they scored that third goal, like, I thought Enrique was gonna fucking faint. Like, you were so.
I grabbed him. I was like, yeah. I grabbed him. I was like,
my wife's like, every time that Enrique's there and he scores, she goes, he bumps me so many times. Yes. She's like, he's fucking like, and it's really cool because you guys got to experience, but all those people around us lose their shit, right? And it's just fucking fun.
so
but
many
it was a good
missed
time.
high fives.
Yeah, dude, I just do this at the end of it. It's just like one of those messy high fives. But it was a lot of fun, man. The rivalries are cool as long as people don't get hurt. But just to give you guys an example, when we beat them in the playoffs, we were heading out. Everybody was fucking drunk. I felt like everybody, LAFC, LA, it didn't matter. And like, that's when I had to defend your daughter's honor. Remember?
Yeah.
I was like, sir, I would challenge you to a duel. I was like, you besmirch this lady. He's some drunk fucking guy, like, trying to hit on the one girl, and the girl's like, nah. And then she turns around and tries to hit on Bella. I'm like, bro, you're fucking up, dog. She's like 15, bro. What are you doing? He's like, okay. But like, are you down? Like, what the fuck, dog? So you could just feel like the energy was a little too much. So I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And as we're walking out, a guy just fucking jumps over a rail into another supporter group. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, I'm just trying to get there, you know? And this is when we would park like a block or two away. So you had to walk out there, which I love parking at the stadium.
Yeah.
It's a bitch getting out. It's not even that bad.
It's not that bad.
But you just get into your car and once you get in your car, I feel like you're good. Yeah. Unless we're going to start playing fucking like a crash derby or whatever, like, you know, you're fucking fine. But yeah, man, it was like one of those where we had to get through like 35 hot dog carts, fucking like another like 35 drunk people. And I'm just like, dude, we got to get to this fucking vehicle, bro. Like it's going to get out of hand out here. And again, for a game where most of these players are hugging each other on the field after, like I said, you know, Vela and Chicharito fucking had dinner probably before, and they're gonna go with their families and have it later. And it's like, man, just love your team, but don't worry about if you don't like it, tell your team to be better. Like, if you don't like the loss, I mean,
be upset that your team lost if they, you know, whatever, but
make it home safe.
Yeah, go home and we all got to go to work the next day. Or, you know.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Because I don't know, that's kind of a specific thing to sports, right? Well, you almost got trampled at a Star Wars thing, but it really, like, there's not people fighting out there.
But it's that fans' tunnel vision, right? They're not paying attention to what's around. They're just in their moment doing whatever their actions.
Like people are narcissistic and don't care about others.
What? Is that fandom? Is that fandom? Is that just fandom right there?
Real quick. I did my homework.
Yeah.
Ooh, what was your? Oh yeah. I want to talk about that. Yes. What did you do?
I watched Misery.
Ooh. Okay. Well, in the last podcast,
when you said that, I was like, I'm ready.
Did we talk about this in the last? You might have heard. You might have not. We were talking about Misery because. Oh yes, you did because we talked about James Gunn. Shout out again. R.I.P.
You did hear about Jimmy Caan passing away.
That's a tough one. And before you go into your homework, another shout out. Well, not in a good way, but we lost Paulie Walnuts, right?
Paulie Walnuts, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Is there a guy that was more born to play a part than Paulie Walnuts? He looked the fucking part.
He said, he was.
I mean, was he?
No. Well, maybe. But he auditioned to be somebody else on the show.
I heard about this. Who was it? Do you remember who it was?
Like somebody that made no sense, or like
No, it was
but-
one of the other ones.
okay.
One of the
one of the
crew.
other the main
Gotcha.
guys, and they're like, "Yeah, no, can you be this guy?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it, but I don't want you a fucking rat."
Oh, he said that.
He said that.
What a
I'll do
fucking-
the part, but I'm not a rat.
So he probably wasn't. He probably
he
was.
probably was in the game. But again, guys, Sopranos, I way late in the game. You know that. I
dude,
got into
yeah.
that show way late in the game. And when I started
I
watching it, I couldn't
rewatched that
stop.
whole series recently. It's still so good.
Really, really good. Really, really good. So, RIP to that. But we were talking about James Caan. Gave you some, we were like, oh shit, Misery's so good. So, Misery, what do you think?
Misery. I loved it. I loved
Right?
it. You know,
You would.
I did. It's a bit of a slow burn, just because
So he didn't
what
have
it
no
is.
cars. He didn't have no family.
Yeah, no Corona. No one drank a Corona at any point.
What is the shout out to Bakersfield? Because I couldn't remember.
That she grew up in Bakersfield.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys about the time I went running and I stumbled across the baby heads?
Nope.
No.
All right, go ahead and
I'm
continue.
gonna make a note.
It was a slow burn just because of the story, right? Because the film literally there's like 7 characters throughout the whole movie. There's only like 7 of them, and then it takes place in really not even a handful of places. It
Yeah.
mostly takes place in her house
Yeah.
in one room.
Yeah.
And so
move
that's
that penguin.
why I say it's a slow burn, because it's not taking you through different things, but it is so well written, and I think it was well directed, and Quan is so good.
Kathy Bates is awesome too, though.
Bates is fucking amazing.
I kind of feel like that's how you are, Barker. Like if you go into your art room and somebody moves your Donald Duck a little bit,
So
you're
who
like,
moved this?
I feel like that.
Cock a duty.
I'm like, but Mary's like, why does Barker have no kids? I'm all, he ain't gonna let nobody fuck around with his shit. Like, what are you talking about? No, hell no.
That penguin always faces.
The penguin has to be 35 degrees this way. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but no,
I
it's
loved
good.
it. It was good. And it even surprised me. I didn't see the sheriff. I love that. I love the sheriff and the wife, the thirsty wife, throughout the whole movie. It was. I thought that was like a nice. Every time it took you away from her house, and between them, it was with the sheriff, and that was even fun. And the sheriff was fucking amazing too. I love that guy.
He's good.
And it hurt when they took him out, because I
It's
was
sad,
like,
yeah.
oh no, and I didn't see it coming. I should have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like, but even that, because he was so lovable, and so yeah, it was so even that, I feel like that wasn't supposed to be a big deal, maybe, but it was, just because of the way the movie was going, and so yeah, I liked it. I'd heard about this movie, and I was just never like, oh, I need to go watch that.
Yeah.
So until you guys yelled at me about it. So.
I'm glad you watched it. 'cause
Stevens, you're
it's
a
one that you
big
should
time King fan, yeah?
I don't know. Relative to who?
I guess if I feel like you
Like-
read a lot of his stuff, though.
Well, how many of his
I
books have you read?
Oh, I don't know.
All of them?
She's out.
No, not all of them.
757.
That's why.
How
That's
many
why I'm
books?
saying. Like,
Wait,
I haven't read everything he's
Okay. You would know. I'm gonna just throw a number out there. How many books has he written?
Oh, I don't even know. A lot.
Give me a number. You gotta
Like
look it up, Stevens.
hundreds? Like
Like
hundreds?
a lot.
Don't look at it, Barker, you fucking cheater.
Did you
I
find
think
it
hundreds.
already?
I'm gonna say I have no fucking idea because I don't read them like you
I'll
guys.
look it up.
I'm gonna
I'll look
say 200. 62?
Just
In a
like
row.
novels or
Oh.
like short stories as well. Because
Anything that's been printed on
Published?
paper. I don't know. I feel like he's written so much. You only think 62 books, really? Oh man, that's a shit ton of books when I think of 200 is fucking amazing. Why would it?
he's written at least one a year, at least one. But he puts out many times like 2 or 3 a year. Since when was Carrie? 70,
Carrie was his first book.
70,
Yeah.
Wow.
74?
Used to be a teacher.
And he said, fuck this noise, huh? He's like, I need to get out the game, bro. Wow, Carrie. Wow, that's his first one. Fuck, he started with a banger, huh? All right, Stevens, what's your favorite? As you're doing 2 things at one time, I'm gonna ask you to juggle 2.
Can I just tell you what I found?
Yeah, what do you got?
King has published 64 novels,
Hey, fucking a Barker.
including 7
Novels.
under the pen name Richard Bachman.
Yeah.
He has written over 200 short stories.
Hey, motherfuckers.
Oh, there you go.
we
So
we covered it
more
over here. We
short
had
Most,
it.
most of which have been compiled in book collections.
Yeah.
Dreamscapes and nightmares.
Yeah, many of his stories are set in his home state of Maine.
So, Stevens, what would be your favorite King book that you've read?
It's better.
Mark, I'm coming to you too.
All right.
I really liked
Enrique, you're last.
Shit, I'd be last too. I think the only thing I've read is this.
what's the first one
Oh no,
called?
I read the dog one.
Cujo.
Cujo.
I read
Ooh,
Cujo.
Cujo's good.
Silver Bullet him too?
Yes.
Why do I know
read
the
that too.
sequel names and not the first one's name? Gosh dang it.
So The Shining.
Shining is great, but I really like the new one that
Dr.
they
Sleep?
did.
Best up Billy.
Dr. Sleep was okay.
I read
Mr. Mercedes?
The sequel to Shining. Yes, Mr. Mercedes. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I could only think of the
Superfan Jennifer
sequels.
Stevens. Yeah.
Well, the sequels are Finders Keepers and End of Watch, but I couldn't think of like
Okay,
that first
so you
one.
like the
But
sequel to
I
The
like
Shining?
those three. I like those
Okay.
three stories.
Huh? What about you, Mark?
I like the Dark Tower series, and I came in kind of late.
Say that. I was gonna say that.
Because I thought Stephen King's book were a lot like Louis L'Amour, like these cheesy kind of writer things.
Okay.
But that the Dark Tower series is awesome, and like it's cool that Idris Elba was in it.
I was gonna say.
But
No.
like that
I
movie
heard
could have been
the-
amazing.
Yeah, that came out recently, right?
So did you watch the movie?
No,
But I heard it wasn't. I was like,
yeah,
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black.
Shit. So they had some bang. They had some
Yeah.
stars. That's too bad. But okay, yeah. That's so. I'm glad you watched that, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I watched it yesterday. Yeah, and it was cool. It was cool. It holds up. There's a couple little things you can nitpick, but whatever. Like I feel like it was kind of convenient. Like obviously she followed him in the beginning after he wrecks. Like, but there was a lot of like wide shots of him driving, and you really could never see anybody behind him.
Oh, like wow,
On the
how's she
road.
following him, kind of thing.
And then
Okay.
all of a sudden she's there.
Mhm.
But whatever. It's whatever.
She knows the roads.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
She was always there. She was in the back.
Updated list of published books is 94.
Boom. In my
And this one is January this year. So
Okay.
that's a little bit more recent.
You
but,
lied to me, Enrique.
You lied.
But
the
that's-
internet lied
but
to
that's
you.
including a Charlie the Choo Choo children's book. I need to seek that out.
Where he chooses you. Shout out to the Simpsons.
Yes. Charlie the Choo Choo is a
Is it a dark kids
it's
book?
a sentient like train, like almost like a monorail type
Okay.
thing that the heroes have to ride in one of his Dark Tower books.
And
so
you turn that into a kid's
and so it's kind of it's almost like oh my god, in 2001 how the computer controls the ship and he's trying to kill the guy.
Mhm.
So he's like, yeah, you guys are gonna die and I'm gonna go at the end because I'm gonna commit suicide. And you're like, but you're a robot. And so then they have to trick the robot with logic, and then they're like, all right, get out.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, dude. Good movies. He makes a lot of movies. Oh, he doesn't make them. Books.
Before we move on, my biggest nitpick of the movie was though, why didn't the cops go to her house immediately after he was missing? Because she was obviously a whack job, and there had been multiple stories written about her because she had killed. There was a bunch of kids. She had gone to jail.
What? This is pre-internet though, bro. Those cops didn't know that.
But it was a small town.
Exactly. That wasn't in the whatever
No,
Gazette.
it was, but it all happened in that same town though, where she lived. No,
No, I thought
maybe it happened
I
somewhere
thought she
else.
moved to that town.
That's what
Nah.
I was assuming. That
Okay,
she
that would make more sense.
Now you're right. Now you're just like, what the fuck?
It all
like, back then,
happened in Bakersfield.
Maybe.
She was a butcher of Bakersfield.
Which was written by Richard Bachman. What? Who was
Oh.
yes? Who was Stephen King?
So what is that all about? The Richard Bachman thing.
Richard, it's just he
It's
wanted
a
to write.
pen
They're
name.
sci-fi books. They're not horror books. They're sci-fi books. So
Oh,
The
yeah.
Running Man.
So he can write other stuff.
Yeah.
The Running Man.
Take a wild guess, Ivan. If I've watched it,
Everybody saw The Running Man growing up, bro.
everybody.
Except one person.
You took a poll and
Every single person
in the world
is what I said,
said
yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Well, you're wrong because
There's
I did.
kids that don't even have TVs that watch The Running Man. Fool. That's how fucking much people watch The Running Man.
They're like, The Running Man? Yes, Richard Bachman.
So how many Arnold movies have you watched? It's a big
Arnold?
Arnold movie. Yeah, that's why.
I watched Terminator 2.
Have you seen the first one?
Terminator 1?
Did
I think I saw
watch
Terminator 1.
Oh, okay, good job.
And
I
then
was gonna
part
say, 'cause
two.
two
I
would
did
have-
see Terminator 1. Yes,
Because
yes.
2 wouldn't have been as good, I guess.
Terminator 1 is
Yeah.
where he comes in and lands naked, right?
He lands naked all the
Yeah,
time.
All of them.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, but the first one I remember.
But he
was the
puts
first
on
one.
the
the biker in
yeah,
2.
the biker.
Yes.
I need your boots,
Yes,
your
yes, yes,
clothes,
yes.
and your
I've
motorcycle.
seen Terminator 1, Terminator 2. What else was he in?
Jesus fucking Christ.
For a while.
Predators.
No Predators.
Predator.
Eraser.
Predator.
I saw the one where he has the
Stroke job?
like the isn't that him with
What the fuck? No, don't give us any more
It's like a
clues.
handshake.
Can you guys
I know.
grant? Can you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, the handshake.
The handshake.
The best handshake
Yes.
ever in a fucking movie
That's
with
the
Apollo Creed. That's
that's
it's
Predator.
hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I have
it's hard
seen-
to do without fucking steroid infused muscles.
So I have
you're right. Yes.
So I have seen Predator.
Predator's amazing. No Commando, Kindergarten Cop,
Conan
Running
the
Man.
I saw
Barbarian.
twins. I saw twins.
Conan the Barbarian.
I saw
Twins.
Twins.
Okay, twins.
I
All
forgot
right.
about that.
I saw that as a kid. I don't remember. I wouldn't remember.
And I guess
anything.
that's what I'm saying. Like how you saw Twins, I would assume that you watched a lot of
Yeah.
Arnold movies because they're so big. It would have been on everything.
No, I mean,
Just depends
yeah,
on when you're watching.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
yeah. I don't even know why I watched Twins or who
But
I
it was on
watched it
there.
with.
Interesting. Okay, Running Man. Like it's not a fucking great movie or anything like that. But that's a butcher of Bakersfield, right? You find
Yeah.
out about he's a butcher of Bakersfield.
I want to assign you another one to watch.
Ooh. What are you gonna give him homework? Here we
Because
go.
I'm more curious if it holds up. So I don't know if you'll like it. But,
Okay.
But do you feel like my takes on movies are like good? Because like I don't know.
I think they're from your vantage point because you
Yeah,
haven't
they're
seen
your
stuff.
takes.
So like
My stupid takes.
Into your takes,
no. But I'm curious, like, because I want you to watch Christine
Ooh.
Okay.
because that's one of my favorites.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't have said that because now.
No.
Now you feel bad?
I don't
Comes back,
think-
he's like, it's a great movie.
I'll be- but I'll be-
I love the part
I kind of
where
want to know if it holds up. Like if that's
showed up.
Okay.
if it's
She
a
was
dumb,
great.
like one of my favorites to watch. But I like watching that movie just
No,
because it's creepy.
I like for you guys to give me homework because I would have never watched bangers like Xanadu if you know.
Yes.
Y'all movies just suck. Like,
Xanadu's amazing.
Yeah, because I do like Christine a lot. It was one of the early horror movies it's horror but not horror, and it's horror in a different way.
Mhm.
So I want you to
Okay.
watch that and just tell me if it holds up. Like, be honest. I don't
have
want
you
you to
seen
like
The
it.
Thing?
But, oh yeah,
No.
that too.
Oh, what's The Thing over Christine?
Yeah?
I would say that
He already
also.
he gave she
But
already
if we're on Stephen King, I want you to watch Christine.
Okay. All right.
Have you seen Christine? Right?
Probably I don't remember though. I would need to watch it again. Like I remember Misery. I remember obviously like
You
Pet
ever watched The
Sematary.
Green Mile?
Yes.
That's
the
Stephen
Green
King?
Mile is amazing.
That's
Wait.
a short story.
Yes.
The Green Mile is
that's
awesome.
I can't watch that. Like that shit makes me
Yeah,
sad.
it is sad.
That-
Shawshank is also
I
Stephen
saw
King.
that.
Shawshank.
Yes.
The Mist.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Mist.
The Mist is good. Dude,
Yeah.
people are like, I like The Mist. The Mist is fucking wacky, bro. I like it. Not wacky, like it's just at the end you're just like
It's good.
It's one of those things again where I love it when we're the horrible people. not the
What's
monster.
wrong with him? With Stephen King? What's his deal? Like, how does somebody like?
Drugs.
No,
Like,
he's
where
just-
does that
his
come
mind just
from?
doesn't stop.
It was cocaine.
No, but he
It's
was.
drugs.
But you think all these stories are drug infused though?
Yeah.
Misery was.
Then why didn't he make shitty Street Fighter movies? like so it was
Because he has talent.
Like
'Cause he's
that's
talented.
what I mean.
It's what's in his brain. Yes.
but the drugs got it out.
Yes.
Okay, no, I can see that.
Yes.
What was inside of Van Damme's brain? Spin kicks.
Yes.
Spin kick. That's what he had inside of his fucking brain was.
And
spin
that
kicks.
cocaine did
No.
not help
Here's
it
the
at
thing.
all.
He writes every day.
Yep.
He's like, from this time to this time, I'm
I'm
writing.
writing.
And I don't care if it's crap. I don't care if it's good. I'm just
Amazing
writing
lyrics
every day.
We don't even know.
Yeah, it just blows my mind how
So if these
somebody
are
can.
if these are his good ideas,
I know.
what if it's shitty ideas? It's Dreamcatcher or Dreamweaver.
And some of it, well, like some of the movies that they make are not good representations of
Yeah.
the books. And sometimes the movies are
better
better
than
than
the
the book.
Better? Or better?
Better.
Have you ever seen a movie called Maximum Overdrive?
Don't have to watch.
No,
This movie is trash and it is amazing.
It is.
and it's
Is
one
the
of.
book good
this is-
though?
Nah, it's a
Nah,
different. It's a
that
little short story.
Okay.
So this is
Oh,
his movie, the only movie he ever made.
oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ah.
And he was on cocaine. He
Yeah.
was on $10,000 worth of cocaine every day.
Spin kick. He was.
He directed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He starred in it. No, I'm joking. This is the car one, right? Not to be stupid.
The
but
truck one.
The truck one.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
What year was this?
Why does that make a difference? I don't know.
I just
It's like-
2000 shit or 90 shit?
We have a person for this.
86.
Oh, it's 86 shit.
okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember the truck.
Well, I'll watch Carrie first
and then go from there.
Carrie.
or Christine.
Oh, you can watch Carrie. Carrie's great. Like,
No, what
that's-
am I watching?
Christine.
Christine. I was thinking it was Carrie.
It's not Carrie.
Like, did you watch
It's way
this?
not Carrie.
Oh, Carrie's fucking
It's way
badass,
not
bro.
Carrie.
Carrie's the one with the
blood. Have you
the
never seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, well, watch Carrie over Christine.
No. Christine is what you're fucking watching, all
Watch
right?
Christine.
Watch
What?
Watch Christine.
What's going on? What?
Carrie is great also. Carrie is...
Is that
Steve is
his?
nerdy now
Carrie's
right now.
Is Chris? Are they both Stephen King?
Sometimes movies can't be explained.
And I don't want to tell you.
and
I
having
don't
said
want to
that-
tell you anything.
No,
I
don't
like
tell
what
me
you said.
anything. I'm not
Nothing.
asking. But what is the deal with?
Thank you for saying
Are
that.
they both Stephen King?
They're both
They're
Stephen
all
King.
Stephen King, yeah.
Yeah, so everything we're
They're
talking about
both
is
Stephen King.
Okay.
And they're very different.
Watch Pet
but the
Cemetery.
same.
Watch Cujo.
Pet Cemetery. Cujo is so good.
So wait, what? So wait,
Steve
what?
is nerdy out like I nerd out about dick jokes.
So wait, what am I watching again? Christine?
Christine.
Christine.
And look, we had a lot of misery watching Street Fighter 2. But now we're going to talk about a movie that you can't really explain. And we'll be back after this break. And that is a fucking trailer to Everything All at Once.
Everything
Everything everywhere.
All
All at
at
once. I was like, I knew I was going to fuck up the title. I was like, I'm not even going to try. Hey, Barker. Hit him with the back of the box.
Hey,
job
what's
there.
up, guys? This movie is directed by Quan, Daniel Scheinert. It stars Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wang, Stephanie Su as Joy Wang, Kei Quan as Waymond Wang, James Hong as Gong Gong, and Jamie Lee Curtis as Deirdre. Now, what this movie is, an aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led.
You all right, Enrique? I kind of got like that during this movie too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Enrique,
what do we say?
What's your take on this movie?
Did you like this movie, man?
I love this movie.
Yeah.
You definitely have to put your thinking cap on. I regret not seeing this in the theater.
I told y'all fuckers.
I
Yeah,
know,
you did. You did.
I know, because in the theater I would have been completely focused on it and it would have helped.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good movie to watch at home unless you're in the room, unless you throw your phone away. You
have to watch.
You have to watch this movie.
Yeah.
It's batshit crazy in the best way. A lot happens. I mean, it takes you to multiple universe. Like but it does it really well too at the same time. And this movie reminded me of not in the sense that they're similar, but when I first watched The Matrix, I didn't get it. And I felt like I didn't like it. I told myself I didn't like it because I didn't understand what I had just seen. I didn't grasp the fact that it was a fucking masterpiece. For me, Matrix is amazing until I had to go back and watch it again. And then when it finally clicked, I was like, oh, okay, this is fucking awesome. I like this more than what I liked The Matrix the first time, but I definitely need to go back and watch it again.
I think there's a lot. I think you're right. Like there's a lot probably to get out of story once you've seen all of story. And then to go back, there might be some things.
Because as you're watching it, for me, speaking for myself, I caught myself thinking like, what? Like what? Wait, what? So like it kind of takes you out of it and you're not receiving what they're giving you as you're going along. For myself, I'm kind of a stupid movie watcher in that way. I can be. So now that I know what it's about, now that I know about the hot dog fingers, now that I know about the confetti blowing, like shit like that, I feel like, it'll be better, even better.
Watch and get more out of it.
Yes.
Abarca, what'd you think of this movie?
Oh, I love this movie.
This is new for all of us, just so everybody knows. We were all first-time watchers. Sorry, just want to check that.
I love this movie. When I first heard it was coming out, I was like, oh, Michelle Yeoh's in this? Cool. Wait, Quan's in this? Short Round himself? I'm like, yeah.
So okay. It's so
let's get into him. Yeah. Let's get like
so
his
crazy.
whole thing.
But hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you explain to people when you're saying Short Round and my God, his voice sounds the fucking same.
Yeah, it is the same.
It was weird. Go ahead. Yeah.
So Quan was a child actor, made 2 movies. He made The Goonies.
Just 2 little movies, right?
He's Data in that, and he is Indiana Jones's sidekick in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
So this motherfucker only makes hits.
Yes.
Well, he only made 2 hits.
But then he came back and made another hit, is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah. And kind of left because he wanted to be a kid, and he was being offered the same kinds of roles. It's like,
well,
you're the little foreign kid. You're the different kid. And he's like, no, you know what? I'm going to live my own life.
I saw a couple interviews that he did. And what he said was that he wasn't being offered any roles because he's Asian, and he got like, man, this sucks. And he went to film school and then learned how to be behind the camera. So that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then when he saw Crazy Rich Asians in 2018 and saw that the full cast was all Asians, it like revitalized him, and he was like, like I wanna, like he said he wanted to be in that movie so bad that he had a friend that was an agent, and he just called him like randomly, was like, hey, will you represent me? And the guy was like, yeah. And he said
I'm
that
back in the game.
He said that in 2 weeks he got this script.
So okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else about anything else? I just want, because I want to give everybody a chance to talk about.
No,
movie.
he's about the
We're gonna talk. We're gonna continue to talk, but just kind of
so
what you think
this
about
is
it.
going to be a different kind of podcast because we don't want to spoil this movie for you. We're going to talk about little things and kind of how the movie makes us feel, as opposed to the what we normally do. This movie is, I think, of the 2 multiverse movies that came out this year. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, this is so much better.
This is a much better movie, and it's made for a fraction of what that budget cost. The special effects team is a very small special effects team.
Okay.
And I was not taken out of the movie by the weirdness and the absurdity.
No.
So we will tell you, this is a science fiction movie. It's a very deep and introspective sci-fi movie. It is also this family drama.
Yeah.
That is heartbreaking.
That's the roots of it, right?
Yeah.
That the root of the movie is the family dynamic.
A conversation at the end with her and the daughter, dude. I was just like,
yes.
I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It was amazing.
But like you said, all the crazy shit that happens throughout the movie, none of that matters. It's all telling you a story about that family that's it's about to break up, like completely, like totally. Like every single family member in that is like, they're all getting separated.
They're deeply flawed.
And it's
like,
all
like most families are.
And I think that's why it resonates, because it's not the phony family. Like before I put this movie on, like I was just switching channels, and like there was like a Beethoven movie that was on. The Beethoven the dog.
The dog? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
and it's like,
dun, 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 dun.
no, and it's the family, and it's like, we're going to save the town, or we're going to do this. And it's like, oh, this is a phony, this is a phony family. Whereas this, I feel, you know what I think? Here's a couple things that hit for me. I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
I love Kung Fu. So this movie,
tickled your balls.
well, yes.
He knew what you liked.
But it creates the opportunity for these actors to do what they do best, and then to also go and play opposite of what they are normally known for.
Yeah.
Dude, it's pretty awesome. And things that, let's see, what can we tell you about this movie?
What's your favorite part? What was your favorite part?
I enjoy there's a dimension where the main character became a famous kung fu actress,
Yeah, Bruce Lee, basically.
and which Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
And because the way it's shot, it reminds me of a movie called 2046, which is also this sci-fi Wong Kar-wai movie. It's a Korean movie that has our dude from the dad from Tony Leung from Shang-Chi.
Mhm.
And so he's even dressed kind of like him with hair slicked back in a nice suit.
Okay.
So that's my favorite part. And the conversation that comes out of that. So this movie is about not about the chances you don't take in your life and the chances that you do take in your life. And somehow, for every bad decision that you make or the decision that you don't make in your life, it branches off into a different multiverse, a different dimension where right now I'm hungry. I'm probably going to get breakfast after this. Well, there's a dimension where I don't go get breakfast. There's a dimension.
And that decision leads
Yes.
you to another. Yeah.
And so it branches off. And so the big thing that I took in this movie is that the reason the character that we see, the Michelle Yeoh that we see that everybody is trying to get, the protagonist in this movie, was because she didn't live her life. Every decision she chose not to do. And that impacted her life. And we have this family story where it's falling apart. These people own a laundromat and they're getting audited. And they're probably going to lose a laundromat.
Jamie Lee Curtis was amazing in this movie.
Well, and then the husband, right?
She's so good.
The husband wants to file for divorce, but he's doing it
Just to
in a
talk to her.
way,
Just to talk to her.
and like to hopefully to get them to talk about everything that's going on, so maybe they can fix
scare
it.
her back into loving him. Almost.
Yeah.
If that sounds kind of
Yeah.
Stevens, what'd you think of this movie?
I cried and cried at the end, so it was
Yeah.
wonderful.
And that's
I
what's
loved it.
crazy. Like you're gonna hear us say we cried, and then I'm gonna talk about a butt plug,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna talk.
Oh,
about
I know.
hot dog
I saw
fingers.
that coming. By the way, when I saw those,
I bet
Oh,
you
yeah,
did.
I
When
did
saw
too.
those pervert.
no, when I saw
It
those,
was pretty obvious.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I get it. My son saw it coming, bro.
Did
He's
he
like,
say
"That's
something?
going up someone's ass." Look at job, son.
well, I just thought it was in a way like foreshadow. Like it was just kind of like giving
Yeah.
it was a shot at the IRS.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And
I
everything,
didn't necessarily think it was going somebody's ass, which it did multiple times.
No, but everything pays off in this movie.
Everything.
Everything
Yeah.
paid off. Little side conversations that someone has creates a dimension where people evolved hot dog fingers.
Yeah, they became a couple.
And yes,
And then
Yeah, like it's wow.
I liked the way that they moved through the universes.
Oh, how you had to do something ridiculous to get there? You mean?
Yes,
That's
and
so fucking cool.
And I loved that the husband and the
Paper
wife,
cuts.
or the husband and the daughter, were like, she has to do bizarro things. Hey, try this.
Do jumping jacks,
Yeah.
and the daughter's like, "It's not fucking wacky, bro." What was the other screaming? Oh, no, breathe into his, yell into his nose, or what was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, blow air into his nose.
And don't make him scream and shit, or
Yeah.
like whatever. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, this movie is it's one of those that will stick with you and it makes you think about your own life
Yeah.
after you watch it,
Mhm.
because there's a life where I never move away from California in the first place,
Yeah.
and then
There's a
like
life where you don't ever move from Texas.
back to California.
Yep.
So it's like, what would have happened?
Yeah. So okay, so I was gonna watch this movie. My son's like, "Oh, I saw," and I'm like, "It's gonna be more than that, but there'll be cool shit in it, so you'll like it." And he did. He enjoyed it. He was laughing his ass off. He looked at me at the end, so I think he knew that was like when the daughter and he looked at me and he was kind of like, "Oh fuck!" Like I think he realized like. So I'm sure he didn't get all of it. He's a kid,
Yeah.
right? Whatever. But he enjoyed it. It was funny. But I was telling my, "Hey, do you want to watch this?" And she's like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "Fuck." Because that's how I. But and that's
good.
why we don't want to do what we do usually, because it I don't think it does it justice, and it might make you be like, huh? When it's not that. Like, you need to watch this fucking movie. It's a beautiful family story. if that's what you're into. The fucking action in it is amazing. The fight scenes are fucking badass. If you're like sci-fi, it checks so many boxes and does such a good job of them. But in the end all be all, it's like a love story and it's amazing. And the payoff is fucking great. And like the actors they got, our boy from Big Trouble in Little China, like
James Hong.
James Hong's in this. I'm like, fuck, dude, and his character's amazing. And the way it just everything worked. And yeah, it's so good.
Well,
it's so good.
It's amazing how all these characters, they literally play how many versions of themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're constantly switching back and forth and within the same scene.
Yes.
The young girl in particular. The
The dad and the young girl. Because dude,
Yes.
our boy gets like when he has to like
he takes his glasses off and
in
he's
the middle of a scene, dude, going to the next version of the person. You're like, dude, fuck, he's killing the
My
game.
favorite part, I think, was him, that first fight scene with the fanny pack.
Oh,
yeah. There's
so
a
good.
fight scene with the
So
fanny
Oh, the
pack.
fanny pack.
See,
When you're like
the chapstick.
yeah, to get it to snap into that. Yeah.
So
So there are similarities to the Matrix in that in the Matrix the characters, you can download whatever
Mhm.
information you want from a CD. I don't know. I don't remember. It's just like a cartridge. And so Neo says,
Yeah.
I know Kung Fu, and he's like, well, show me, right? And so then go into the program. In this movie, we have it's a low rent Matrix. Even their setup isn't as techie as it would be in other movies.
Yeah, they're in the van.
in the van.
They're literally in a van,
Uh-huh.
and they're not even VR glasses. It's just
Yeah.
it's like these colored glasses with just LED
They're like
lights.
homemade, right?
I love
They're
those two
it's all
characters in the
homemade.
van with them. I
Yeah.
love the characters in the van with. They were fucking hilarious to me. Like, where is she? Like, she's completely off the grid. She's in a home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just wild. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And so I love that the whole you have to do something crazy to snap into somebody else's.
Yes.
And that.
So instead of getting downloaded, there's dimensions next to each other, and so they find a dimension where I know Kung Fu, and so they have to tap in by doing something that messes up their algorithm,
Yes.
and so then they can find the Kung Fu person. And instead of downloading the information, they basically pull their mind
Mhm.
for however long they need it into a person's brain.
It's, guys, we've talked about this movie, and you're probably like, "What the fuck?" But go watch this movie. Fuck our podcast. Go watch this movie. Like, what I mean by that, like, it's so good, guys. It's so good. I think of Memento when I think of it. Not that they're the same kind of movie. Have you ever watched Memento?
Mm-mm.
It's really cool. Dark Knight guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Christopher Nolan.
Thank you. One of his first ones, or not the first one, right?
I think
It might have been the first
Let
one.
me see.
Well, the
But
first big budget.
I had that feel of it low. I know it's not low budget, but it compared to a Matrix, but that movie just did such a good job of making me be like at the end, be like, whoa, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
This does even more of that. Like I love this fucking movie. Like it's so good. The family stuff, like, I was thinking of like how much sometimes like my parents would be so worried about what is their mom thinking? And I'm like thinking to myself, damn, like my mom had to leave her mom to come
Mhm.
here. And like, how did that fucking play out? Like, because in my family, there's 13 aunts and uncles. And I think only four stayed here. Like, why were they what happens in the universe where they stayed back and another 4 come? I don't know, how's my life? Well, fuck, I'm not even around because my parents met here. They didn't even meet in Mexico. So there's a universe where I'm not even around because they don't meet here.
Yeah.
My dad's the same thing. Like not all of his brothers and sisters came here, but he did, so that whole dynamic was fucking cool. And then like seeing the effect that we can have on like, I'm thinking about like having on our kids, like, in this, she's doing the same thing in this universe that she does in the universe where she becomes what was the name of the villain? I'm sorry, I'm completely Jobu, where she becomes Jobu. She did the same thing. It's just in that dimension, she pushed her so much that she could see everything. Where she's pushing her so much in this dimension where she can't see anything almost. It's just it was fucking amazing. It was so good. It was so good. And then the way the grandpa comes in at the end, and then he realizes his fault. It was fucking awesome. Like
even the girlfriend I thought was like so good in this.
just in this much.
Yeah,
This
she's
much.
like hardly in it.
I hang out. I love hanging out with those people. I learn so much from them. Whatever she says, I'm just like, what? Like, and shit. And it's a white. What did she say? And she's white. She's like, she's half Mexican.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in. So okay. So little questions that I have. Not fucking like I'm questioning this movie, but I just have little questions. First, again, and me and Steven fucking gave each other eyes, but Jamie Lee Curtis is fucking amazing in this movie.
She's really good.
Shout out to like.
I mean,
was
it's
like,
Jamie Lee Curtis, bro.
I know, but I hadn't seen her in a minute, I guess. I haven't seen her in a minute. So I don't know if she's been doing shit left and right, but I hadn't seen her in a minute. I was like, fucking Jamie Lee Curtis,
She's
man.
killing Michael Myers.
She's back in
man.
Halloween, bro.
Yeah. But like, I guess this was something completely different.
Yeah.
I expect her to see her there.
It is a role that is not her typical role, I suppose.
Well,
But
she's
good
in a
those.
fat suit.
Yeah.
She's
So good. Jenny Slate was amazing.
Yeah.
Big
With the
nose.
little dog. And that little dog scene was fucking crazy, dude. That shit had me going. But okay, so in the beginning, there's a point in time where where our boy Waymond Wang, for a split second, does some crazy like kung fu martial arts parkour shit in the laundromat.
Yes.
Is that the other Waymond?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the
And
monitor,
it's doing the thing.
and then it says like target acquired or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I didn't pay. See,
And then he goes and starts flipping over it.
but to just help the other guy out.
And then he's out real quick. No, I think it's literally like, am I in the right one?
He's
I
trying
think
to
it
figure
was
out
a
if he's in the right
test,
place. Okay, I was just wondering. And you're right. That's why I do want to go back and watch this movie.
Yeah.
I wish I would have bought it instead of rented it.
I bought it.
Did you buy it? I think I
Yeah.
want to buy it though. Like I want to have it. But because I do want to watch it again because I think I missed some of the wacky ways they got into because they don't tell you that, and I love that. I love that they don't tell you that right away.
Only in those first. Well, yeah, the beginning ones they don't.
You're
Once
like,
you
what the
know,
fuck is
you
he
know.
doing?
But then even after, they're doing it
And
so
you're
much.
missing it
I
yeah.
think you just be like, what? And then you're like, oh, that was the way, and then so you're missing something else.
Yeah, so that was really really cool. I love the rock scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was yes.
That was so fucking good. The conversation between those two rocks was
Yes.
fucking amazing.
I know. That was so wacky, right? And it was like it goes completely silent because it's just we're in a universe where no human life could exist.
Yeah.
And they're just rocks. And they're having a conversation.
And when she drops a joke,
yes.
that shit made me laugh out loud, bro.
How-
And I'm like,
that
why am I
should've-
laughing?
That shouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Well, how does that work? Because it's just subtitles of the rocks talking to each other.
Okay, and Barca, Stevens, or whoever. The directors or the writers are two brothers?
Directors and
Brothers.
writers.
They
They
wrote and direct. Yeah.
Deez and Mero interview. Shout out to Deez and Mero. We love that.
They're not brothers. They're just they both have a
Partners.
name, Daniel.
That's what it is. Okay. But they Michelle Yeoh talked about how like she got this and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
and that these are first time, right?
No, they did a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is another messed up.
Wacky. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So they had a bundle. On,
Did it with Daniel Radcliffe's in that one.
they had a bundle
Oh, you
with that
picked it up?
movie and this one, and
Okay.
that's what I bought on.
have you
on
watched
Apple.
the other?
No, but I'm going to.
Swiss Army knife is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What and without giving too much, is sci-fi again or
Yeah, it's kind of. Tell them. Do you know what it is? I saw the trailer, and you can pretty much.
It's not really sci-fi.
It's not sci-fi, but it's.
I don't know how.
Have you guys watched it or just watched the trailer?
No, I've seen it.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know how to.
Ooh,
Like,
there you go, Steve. So what is it?
how would you describe it? Because it's not
There we go.
sci-fi.
So it's like that again?
it's that.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah, it's
It's Harry Potter,
Okay.
and he's again without spoiling stuff.
Yeah.
a guy.
Weekend at
strapped-
Bernie's,
Yeah,
Okay.
starring
Weekend at-
Harry Potter,
Yeah, there-
and it
there
gets
you
super
go.
weird.
Okay.
There you
cool.
go.
All right.
Weekend
wow,
at
sounds
Bernie's.
fun.
That was
sounds
perfect.
fun.
I was like,
That sounds fun. Okay. So, but yeah, Michelle Yeoh, and then she said she also loved how like she was gonna look like her. Not that makes any sense. Like
She didn't have to glam up. She doesn't have to be Michelle Yeoh.
yeah,
She can be.
she's playing a normal
What in
Michelle-
that
person.
universe where she's an actress?
Oh, hell
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I guess
Wow.
it gave her a chance to be like these different people within the same movie, which has got to be fucking cool, and not just like I'm the evil Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
And
like
they
you
can
know,
you play to their strengths, and you also play against cast, and you create.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I've always wanted to do this. Can we put it in? And you're like, probably we can.
Yeah,
now I'm
like-
going to be this. Now I'm going to be that.
Waymond and the Hollywood one. Dude, he dropped some bars, bro. Like some of the shit he said, I was just like, oh, like where he said, like in one of the, I think he said something like in one of the universes, I would have been happy to just own a laundromat and blah 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 with you. And I'm just like, I fucking melted. I was like, oh my god, like
no,
it's beautiful.
When she says this, and she tells him, you know, our kids, blah blah blah, and then he's like, what are you talking about? And then like she has these feelings for her husband in a different dimension. Yeah. And then he's like, well, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me. Yeah. 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 Fucking great. Because he ends up being even though she didn't leave with him in this dimension, he still was good. Right. Like he's still wealthy or whatever.
She's like, I thought you were going to be poor.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Dude, the end.
Well, he did leave. He does leave, right? And then comes back or something. And I become super successful because in that universe, she doesn't go with him.
Yeah. Yes. She becomes a superstar.
And so he does go and then does his thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he still is wealthy. That's what I mean. He still figured it out. They would have been fine in that universe.
I'm ready to see him in something else where he plays that type of character. I thought he was fucking awesome. Yeah.
He looked good.
He's good.
He looked good.
I wonder if after seeing him in this, that maybe there's a little cameo in Indy 5.
Oh,
because there's still time.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's not on IMDb.
I know.
That'd be cool. Maybe. That'd be dope.
He does have American Born Chinese, a TV series that's
that's based on the comic book. Like it's a graphic novel.
Where have I seen that graphic novel? Is that included in like classroom sets? Sometimes?
I think it was part of the Read 180.
Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, cool.
They're filming that now, so he's involved in that.
Cool.
Yeah. I love you talk about this shit pays off in this movie. I love the couple went into the restroom and then the payoff at the end. Like it's her holding his bag, which I was like, oh, like I thought that was really, really cool. Enjoyed that shit too. Like you're right. Everything kind of has its own like
payoff.
Yeah. Something comes of it. It's not just a throwaway scene or whatever.
Yeah. There's a reason for every scene.
Yeah.
In this.
And so what I'd like is that in a world, and we live in this world now where new movies don't get made because they don't make money, right? Yeah. They don't get the acclaim. We don't have the big name stars that you do from other movies. And they're like, you know what? We don't care. We're gonna make this movie.
They went for it.
And
A24, bro.
They're like, hey, we like it. Let's do it.
They take more chances for sure.
Was this financially successful, Stevens? Like I'm just wondering.
Find out.
Because you're right. It's a lot of it's cookie cutter, right? It's cookie cutter. It's a remake. Yeah. Right. And you're like, which is cool, whatever. I love we love those movies too. I'm gonna try to go see Thor today. I'm gonna try to go see Thor today, right? Like I get it, but this and look, you're right. I would have probably enjoyed it more in the movie theater, but I was in my room. Focused on this and focused on this alone. I purposely just all this was open for was to Google like Docs for me to do notes, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I don't ever pause when I do notes. I paused every single time I wrote something down because I was like, I'm not gonna miss a fucking second of this movie. Yeah. Like I can't.
Because I was typing and I was like, oh, I gotta go.
In the first 2 minutes, you're like, well, like even just the banter is fast. Yeah, you're like, oh, I gotta pay attention.
I'm like, what's happening? They're having a party? Wait, what's a party? What kind of party is it? And who the fuck's the old man? Like, yeah.
But it sets up her feelings right away. Like you're totally invested from the get-go.
Doesn't that feel like your parents though?
Yeah.
Like I feel like my mom. Like,
you're always doing
the fact that I have time to worry about shit. The fact that I have time to do things sometimes. The fact that I'm doing a fucking podcast right now, compared to where I feel like my mom didn't have a second of her fucking day ever.
Gung-Fu leave a comment.
I feel like my mom didn't have a second of her day ever because she had to work, because she had to clean, because she had to cook, because she had to take care of me, she had to take care of my dad. It's just kind of like, fuck, dude. Like, I see that Michelle Yeoh's my mom. Like, she's dealing with the IRS. I get it, but it's everybody's version of whatever, or oh, my grandma's sick. Oh, this is going on at the same time, and it's like, oh, I gotta do that, and you're just like. God,
I was so anxious in that beginning of that movie too.
Probably because you saw that growing up.
Quit putting googly eyes on.
Yeah, she gets pissed off because it's like, why are you being stupid? Like this, we don't need this.
My husband always has these ideas. Yeah, and it's like, dude, he's just trying to be a person. Yeah. Like he's trying to be what we all should want to be.
They're happier up there, aren't they? Like the club. Budget of 25 mil and it made 92.8.
Yes, yay! I'm just glad it's successful. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want them to give them a Star Wars. I don't want them to give them the Daniels a Marvel movie. Because when you make those movies, you're pigeonholed to the T-shirts,
stuff.
to the toys, to other stuff.
Were the Russo brothers producers in this though? I thought I saw Russo and Russo.
I did see Russo and Russo.
Co-produced it with Russo brothers.
Right? Like you have to be the Russos to.
But you're afraid he might grab him, pull him over, and then
No. But even I saw that the Russos have a brand new movie where Ryan Gosling is the good guy. Captain America is a bad guy. Like he always been in my
that looks
book.
pretty cool on Netflix. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think it's Netflix or Amazon. One of them. Yeah, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think there's very few directors right now that have a voice.
Waikiki? Am I saying that right?
Taika Waititi.
YTT. I feel like he can kind of do whatever the fuck he wants because Jojo Rabbit was a banger.
Yeah.
He does one for him and you do one for the studio. This is where I make my money. Okay, cool.
So I can make more of my movies.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want them to have a career like that.
You guys are geniuses. They're fucking geniuses, dude. Like it was so fucking wacky and well played.
Yeah, the fact that they're like, I want to know what, if anything, they made them take out.
Shit,
right? Like, hey, don't do this. We don't think it's gonna. It's like, no. Here, it seems like
they had to get everything in, right?
Like when we used to sit around and be like, all right, we're making this movie. All right, let's. Who's in this? Cool. You got an idea? Sweet.
There's a great interview on YouTube they did with Entertainment Weekly. There's a video.
The brother, I mean, the
whole cast.
Oh, okay.
And the directors. Mm-hmm. And Michelle Yeoh was talking about how when she got the script, she saw the part where they have hot dogs for fingers.
Yeah.
And she said she just like skipped through it because she's like, oh, they'll take that out of the movie.
Like that's not gonna be.
That's not gonna. That'll be eventually taken out.
Yeah.
And the fact that every story, every other dimension or dimensional story gets a payoff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in Doctor Strange, we see them jump through these other multiverses, but nothing happens until they come to the one that the Illuminati is in.
Yeah, you don't stay in the. You don't stay in the animated.
You animated
don't stay
one
in
in
the
this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit was again. It made me go.
They were piñata.
There's one with there's a piñata
God,
one.
The fucking piñata one was so fucking good too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we can just fucking hang out. What the fuck? Like it was so fucking good. And the fact, the bagel.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck?
The MacGuffin of this movie is a bagel.
It's a bagel.
Yeah.
An everything bagel.
But it's an everything bagel. Like it was so fucking good.
She's I put this, I put that in it, I put this in that.
And even that realization that like, dude, I ain't trying to kill you, bro. All I want is for you to feel what I feel. Like I just need somebody else to feel that.
Yeah.
And I think that like when you have these family dynamics, a lot of times you feel like you're alone, especially if maybe you're not having that attachment that you think you should have with mom or dad for whatever reasons, right? Brother or whatever. And it's like, bro, I ain't fighting you because I dislike you. I'm fighting you because you ain't here with me. Like you're not feeling what I'm feeling. And play that off a fucking bagel. Like it's like, what? But it works so well. It works so fucking well.
Yeah, it all sounds so wacky, right? Mm-hmm. But it works.
And then like it's so I finished watching this movie and I'm just fucking like fucking sitting there, right? And I come out and my wife's like, "Oh, was it good?" And I'm like, "It was fucking great." But I don't even try to like get her to watch it or try because I can't. Like I almost have to force her to just sit and like trick her one day or something to sit down and be like, "Oh, this is that thing," and then push play, be like, "You can't leave," because I can't verbalize. What the yeah.
It's one of those two where I would worry that if somebody goes in and not the right state of mind, they're gonna be like, "This is stupid. They have hot dogs for fingers. What is this is dumb." You feel like maybe
but by the
I don't know, but there was something about it that kept me there. Like
by
I
the
wanted
time you
to
see
know.
the hot dogs and the
it's
butt plugs
it doesn't give it to you at the beginning. So
and that stuff, like I was so invested.
Yeah, because they do a really good job in the beginning of setting up that family dynamic and that tension, that anxiety of
and they show you, they don't tell you.
Up, right?
They show you. That's the thing. In screenwriting, you show, you don't tell. Mm-hmm. Or wait, the opposite. No, yes, you show, you don't tell. right? We don't have to sit around and oh, this character's exposition. Kind of like, hey, we're going to make it to that building because in that building, that's where the bad guy lives because the audience is stupid. This movie respects you enough to be like, hey, you're not going to fucking get it. Watch it again. And if it didn't like you, or if you didn't like this movie, well, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to watch it again. 110%. You're right. Because I know I miss shit that I think would make me laugh. I miss shit that I think I'd be like, oh. I mean, I know.
It moves fast. Like the pace is quick because there's just so much going on all the time. But it's also like the story is short and sweet and simple.
And even the creation of there's a universe where humans evolved hot dog fingers. And the reason that happens is because Michelle Yeoh's character is trying to download all these other abilities, but she doesn't know how it works. And so even in the display, you see there's a hot dog, and then there's a callback to the dance they were doing, and she's like, "Bloop, okay, something got switched, and it created it splintered off into another universe.
Yeah. How does Disney sue this movie at all, or
For
or Pixar maybe? Come on, bro, Raccacoonie.
Oh yeah, Raccacoonie with
shit,
Harry
bro.
Shum is awesome.
That shit made I had to pause the movie to fucking laugh.
Well, and they say it before they show you, right? Because I was like, Raccacoonie. I was like, why is
So
she
you know
saying
that movie
Raccacoonie?
where the
yeah.
and she's you're talking about
Bro.
Ratatouille. He's like, no, Raccacoonie, bro.
Yeah, it's a raccoon, and it's Raccacoonie. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And okay. So when they first talk about it, I'm laughing. I'm fucking laughing.
The
because
Chad.
That's my uncle. That's people that I know trying to speak English and they fuck shit up. That's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's me. So I like fucking shit up because I say things wrong. But when they show you that shit, fucking oh my! And then the whole jump on my shoulder, I was like, this is fucking
every universe
hilarious.
they show us has a payoff.
Hilarious.
And you're like, how is that even possible?
I don't think they're suing because
Nah, I'm just joking, but I mean,
Randy
like,
Newman is the raccoon.
He's the raccoon voice.
Oh,
You get Randy.
okay.
He wrote the song
Okay.
for this movie.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought that was fucking hilarious, man. Let's go save your raccoon. It's just funny.
And there's a point in this movie where everything is bleak. Like the worlds are going to end. And Michelle Yeoh's character just sees nihilism, right? There's nothing matters. And then she's like, wait, nothing matters. So I don't have to be sad about it. I don't have to be sad or happy about it. I just have to live it.
I just have to be present. Just be there.
Just be there.
I gotta be there.
And I think that's what that's the message of this movie. It's like you need to be present in your life and everybody's lives and accept, right? This in a couple podcasts ago, I talked about how when a new president comes in or a new kind of form of government comes in, that there's movies that reflect this people's feelings, right? So for 4 years we had half a group being like, yeah, and other people are feeling it's like the grimmest thing ever. And you get through it. Right. And now that you have this new thing. But I didn't feel that the movies are reflecting that. And I think this movie reflects the idea of being empathetic. And it does have gay characters or lesbian characters in it, but it's not, oh, this is the gay character. Now they're going to kiss like you have in these other movies that have come out recently.
Hey, you need to grow your hair. It made me laugh. Fuck, dude. That's most of my tias right there. Like just talking shit. I think every group would get, playing both sides like we usually do. Every group would get benefit out of the fact that you're just like, bro, just be there. Fuck it, be there. Enjoy whatever your reality is.
Live it. Live your truth, right?
Yeah.
There's a saying, live your truth.
If you got hot dog fingers, or if you're a superstar, or if you're a mom, or if you're a dad, if you're a fucking whatever you are, just fucking live it, bro. It's awesome. And that's amazing. That's an amazing fucking, if we all did that, this would be a fucking better place for sure. And then the fact that we're having these kinds of conversations with this movie, and like I said earlier, these are the kind of movies that makes you sit back and just be like, the fuck am I doing? Like, not in a bad way or a good way. Just what the fuck am I doing? Like, just made me think about that. It made me think about those things. I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Question. Can we rank this movie? Is there enough martial arts in this movie to rank it? Is it Black Dynamite level?
Oh, I thought you said, can we rent it?
I thought you said rent
I
said
too.
for
And I
once
was like,
did.
I was
Once
like,
again,
didn't you?
I'm like Raccacoonie, guys.
I did.
I told you guys about Raccacoonie, didn't I? But can we
movie.
rank this movie? I don't, and I'm not saying we can or can't. I'm truly asking this question.
Does it take? Well, there are some amazing martial arts. Michelle Yeoh, Quan, the stunt team.
Would have known Quan. Yeah, he came through with it, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember him.
That fanny pack
Yeah,
fight right
Yeah.
there was
The way
I'm
he
okay
puts
with
it
it.
on
that's
at
a
the
top
end,
that's a top notch like
that in itself can maybe put this.
yeah.
Okay, and I'm okay with it.
So in Raiders 2 and Temple of Doom, he said that they had to come and show him because he frees at the end of that movie. He frees the enslaved children.
Yes.
And so he was working with the stunt guy, and he says, you know what? Like, he was surprised that a little kid picked it up really quick. He's like, dude, I've grown up with Jackie Chan, with all these Shaw Brothers movies. Like, how would I not?
He looks like Jackie Chan in this.
How would I
scene.
not want to do that? And a lot of the moves are Jackie Chan kind of inspired.
The way he was trolling the fanny pack between his legs, I'm like, that's fucking Jackie, bro.
Yeah.
It looked just like his ass when he was making those moves, man. Like,
And what I like about this movie is because they are somewhat, well, Michelle Yeoh is super proficient in her martial arts, but Quan kind of can fake it to make it, or at least make it look good. They don't do the cutaways, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Raul Julia, I've got cancer, so I can't do this move. So it's like, here's this, and then we cut to a wide and my behind my back kind of thing.
yeah.
Like I like the fight cell. Oh, so the big question is, what is our number 10?
Shit. Bro, I'm going way above that, dog. I ain't even worried about 10. But hold on. Okay. Question. Love the slow-mo in this movie, too.
Yeah.
Just old school slow-mo, but done so fucking well.
well, and it's filmed at a higher what's the word?
Frame rate.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That so that they can slow it down intentionally.
Amazing
to do
use
that.
of slow-mo.
Well, and I loved the cracks too, to show the universe, like to where her mind was split in so many ways.
Oh, when she was having a hard time kind of.
like there's a lot
the teapot.
of like
No, it is not a teapot. What is it?
It's a clay pot.
Clay pot. The clay pot.
the graphics were good.
It's manga inspired. It's anime inspired.
Yeah.
It's inspired by hard sci-fi. It's inspired by Korean kind of drama. Right? These novelas that they have in Korea. Like it's
awesome.
It's a lot, man.
It's awesome. Okay, so anything else about the movie, guys? I just was asking that question because I
we
hope
are
we
ranking
can.
it?
I hope we can, but like that's my thing. I wanted to
Were
make
you
sure.
not thinking about this, Enrique?
Not really, but because we've been watching such fucking crap movies.
Hey, we haven't
lately.
had one even knock on the door in a while, huh? We haven't had one even knock on the door. This motherfucker blew the door down. So are we at that point?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Stevens, can you hit us with the top 10 list, please?
Yep. At number 1, you have Fearless. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon. Number 3 is The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Number 4 is Legend of the Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2. Number 5 is Way of the Dragon. Number 6 is Crippled Avengers. Number 7 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 8 is Fist of Fury. Number 9 is Iron Monkey. And number 10 is Kung Fu Hustle.
Spoiler for me, guys, is going in the top 10. We are gonna do at the end of the year, maybe we'll do a calendar year. We'll do another re-ranking.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm afraid of recency bias, and I'm afraid that I'm also not gonna try to give recency bias. That I want to go higher than I want to.
I'm gonna go last.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
But what's so hard about this is this is so different.
It is. That's why I guess that's what I was asking my question about ranking. But there is different type of martial arts movies, right? We talk about the wushu compared to the hard hitting. So I'm okay. And again, guys, I'm down with ranking it. Abarca, is it going in your top 10?
I'd say so, yeah.
Where are you putting it?
Why do you put this on me first?
Okay, I can go. Afraid of the recency bias part of it.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Then honestly, I enjoyed this thoroughly.
You've talked about rewatchability before.
Yo, this has a ton of rewatchability, to be honest with
I'm
you.
just trying to throw out stuff that you've said.
I will put it at 3. I will put it at 3. The only thing that is stopping it from cracking the other 2 for me is like Enter the Dragon. I will continue to rewatch, and I know the rewatchability is there, and it's just a long time classic. I'm interested to see what I do with Fearless later. I don't mind Fearless at all. I'm not saying it's a bad movie or anything like that, but I think I like this more than Fearless. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm comfortable with 3. That's what.
So wait, you just said you like it more.
I know,
than
but
Fearless?
I think I would, if we re-rank this, I would put Enter the Dragon before Fearless.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I can't.
Which you might have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see
already, but
yeah, exactly. So when we do our re-ranking, we'll see where everything goes. But 3 for me. Great movie.
To me, this is in the middle of the list for me. I enjoy this more than Way of the Dragon. Do I like it more than Drunken Master 2?
Do you?
I think I will put it at a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're going to land on 3 because I think I know where Enrique's going. Where are you going, Enrique?
where do you think I'm going?
I think you're going number 1.
No.
Oh, interesting. Where are you
But
putting it?
I'm going number 2.
Okay.
I'm going number 2.
So 3 is okay?
Yeah.
Or 4, I guess. Maybe. If we did it right, it would be a 4, huh? 2,
Because it
3,
was
5.
what, 3, 2, 5?
It's 3.33, so it's
3.
either 3 or 4.
Okay.
3. All right. 3. All right. Okay.
Wow, we haven't had one in the top 10 in a while.
What stopped you? I'm interested. What stopped you from putting it at 1?
Because when I watched Fearless, I was like giddy. I was like,
Okay.
ooh, like the fighting was so good for me. I enjoyed the shit out of that movie.
Great story, too.
But this is a problem. This might be a better movie overall, but as far as this list is concerned,
The only list that matters.
this is because there's not so much fighting in this,
I got you.
like in these others. So it didn't have that same type of effect like Fearless did.
Okay.
But if we're ranking them, it's not a Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast list.
You might have this above.
It would probably be
Well, when
number
we
1.
rank, we'll have those conversations, right? Because again,
Does that make sense?
After you
It
have
does
some time.
because look, it's a conversation I always have you guys with fucking I'm having a brain fart is even on here with
Shang-Chi?
The Last Dragon. No, with The Last Dragon. To me, like the fighting's not even that fucking good in that movie, bro. But that has nothing to do with why I wanted it in the top 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just we just gotta be present and enjoy the movies, bro. That's what it comes down to. So wow, man, we had one fucking not only knock on the 10, fucking kick that goddamn door down. So we got a number 3. So damn, Kung Fu hustles out of the top 10.
I mean, it was a matter of time.
You see, I don't know if I would. I think I might have switched Iron Monkey and Kung Fu Hustle if I was re-ranking. But we'll get to that point. Not to ruin our end of the year show again, calendar year. We'll do that. But wow, we got a new one. So that is our show for this week. Stevens, what are we watching next week?
Next week,
Hard
you
hitter?
are watching The Protector from 2005. Quentin Tarantino presents
Oh, Jesus.
Tony
it's one of
Jaa
those?
in The Protector.
Tony Jaa. We're going to Tony Jaa again. Tony Jaa has a little more money now. He's made a few movies, right? At this point.
Yep.
So there's a long shot in this fucking film. That's incredible. It's fucking incredible. Like, it's fucking amazing. So I'm excited about that. Very cool.
What year
Where's
is
it
it?
available?
What year is it?
2005. You can watch free on Vudu. You can watch for free on Amazon Prime, it says. And you can rent it YouTube, Google, Apple, stuff like that.
Very cool. All right. Hey, Enrique, where can they get a hold of us?
You can check out our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros. We have all our links to the podcast and social media.
Barker, where can they leave us a voicemail?
www.gungfusuperbros.com or our Google Voice number, 661-401-5941. Like, rate, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell icon for notifications.
Hit the thumbs up. Make it happen. We appreciate it, guys. Barker, say bye.
Mahalo, folks.
I was going to skip you, Enrique. My bad, Enrique.
Wow.
Say bye.
Bye, I guess.
Super Dude Stevens.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Fucker, man. I was so excited about this.
That's what you get.
That's what I get. When I choose to see the good sides of things, I'm not being naive. It's strategic and necessary. It's how I learned to survive through everything.